Alright, well, just an excuse for the quietness. I was inviting my opponent, and technically we don't have really any casters at the moment. I'm basically hosting the stream by myself at the moment, and I'm in a game, so I'll just try and be a little bit entertaining while I play. And afterwards, maybe if I drop out or something, because I do not expect to have a really good result here, we'll like try and spectate some matches, you know. Okay, he got a nice grab on me there. Oh boy. And now I got him. Okay, I need to focus a little bit more because this is not going as planned. Oh, he blew his fatal blow there. And this time he didn't blow it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was trying to do the teleport in his back. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have been ready for it. But he just kept punching me, and then his fatal blow came back online and he took me out. Alright. I feel like I can take this guy. It should be, definitely should be possible. Oh my god, he got the command grab on me. He's punching my ass. I don't fucked up. And I don't fucked up again. Okay, okay. Oh my god, what am I doing? There we go. Ah, he grabbed me before I did. I was about to like grab him into the corner. Okay. No! He cancelled my fatal blow. Oh my god. Okay, I feel like this could be going better, really. This could be going better. Right, so I just had noticed that we have some people to go and cast, so I'm gonna join them. Hey guys.
Hey Nooget.
Hey Nooget, how you doing?
So, doing great. I just lost my first match because commentating on playing a game you've barely played before is very difficult. Anyhow, I think I should leave it down to you guys. Yeah.
Sure.
All right, good. Good luck with your second match, man.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so I guess we'll take it from here. For those of you who are just joining the stream now, I'm Hushfield, and with me is I'm Shorty. Shorty, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. Hi everyone.
So Shorty, for like probably the people that are watching Mortal Kombat, they know you already, but can you quickly tell us something about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a Scorpion player. I've played MKX. MKX was first competitive fighting game I played. I've stepped into MK11 now with the beta and the stress test, and now the real game. Yesterday I was playing with some of Europe's best MK players: Riza, Losty Girl, Taco, the Phoenix, and Ultimate. And so, yeah.
All right, good.
It's not out for a week yet, so there's still a lot to learn. There's still a lot of dirt to find. But let's see what Nooget already got.
Yeah, so we're actually both of us were on the PS4 version, so we're watching the stream with quite a bit of delay. So play-by-play is not something you should be looking forward to right now. But if you're looking at his play, what are some of the things you can see from Nooget so far?
So I guess he's not super familiar yet with Scorpion's frames. Neither of Jax. So the matchup in general, both his side as opponent's side, he still seems to be fairly new to it. That's fine. Um, from what I see, there's a lot of high punches, which in general is not that safe. It's easy to low profile or to in this game down two into a crushing blow would lead to a full combo. Playable. Um, so it's definitely not the best way to poke, I would say, unless this is really your best poke you have. For Scorpion, that would not be the case. His down one is his best poke. So that's a crouching punch.
All right, and we see Nougat. I guess this is him taking his first round. From the like adaptations we've been seeing so far, what do you think? Can he take it, bring it back this match, or are you still giving it to the Jax in this matchup?
No, he can still take it. He just needs to relax a bit more. Let the Jacks make mistakes. Don't mesh too much, and believe in yourself.
All right. Yeah, because he can probably actually he has to be able to hear what we're saying. So I guess this is kind of like a live coaching as well.
Exactly. Definitely one string I haven't seen him do is 2-1-2+4, which is safe. It's the mix-up there is if the opponent knows that 2-1-2 has a gap, they'll try to poke in between after the 2-1. So you first try to do the 2-1-2, and if they know, okay, they know, they'll try to poke again. So the next time you go for 2-1-2+4, which does not have a gap, and you'll land nice damage.
Oh, okay, so of course, you being a Scorpion main yourself, unfortunately, we just see a Nugget going down here. Will we get a fatality? I guess we will not. But yeah, assuming that the format for MK11 is the same as it is for Street Fighter V and the other Kayzr tournaments, we're assuming that this will be first to two. So I assume that with this, Jax has won the first match, and Nougat will drop down to losers.
Yeah, that's something they had to clarify from Wednesday. Wednesday was the first time they did MK11, and
Mm-hmm.
the rules weren't very clear yet. They had the wrong amount of games to play and so on.
Ah,
So
okay.
definitely Nougat check in the score website what it says to make sure you play the right amount of games.
Yeah, so since this is sort of the first time we're actually streaming Mortal Kombat 11, for those of you who are watching on Twitch, do us a favor and make sure to also let everybody know that you're watching Mortal Kombat 11, a Belgian tournament on Twitch. So just retweet, get your retweets in, boys, and yeah, we'll be looking forward to future matches. So once again, we posted the brackets up a little above here, and let's see what's going on so far. So we see GioByte, the Jax player, moving on, and I assume that also our Belgian Jade player Snort has gone down to a player called Howling Noob, which I haven't heard of before. Do you know him?
Nope, I've not heard that name, and I haven't seen that name in this Discord, so it might be somebody we don't know yet.
Yeah, in fact, it looks like a person who plays a lot of other games as well. But I think, as far as fighting games is concerned, he comes mainly from a Smash background.
Okay.
So that might be that.
So while we're waiting for Nougat to get a game, Nougat, you're in here, right?
Um, hello.
Yeah, if you want any coaching or if you have any questions about Scorpion in general, I'm here. So feel
Well,
free.
I'm playing Scorpion because I felt like he was the easiest to do like a bunch of things with so far from
Mhm.
all the characters I've tried. And looks like I have to play against Genie right now, so I have a match.
Uh-oh.
I don't really know. Like Genie
Incoming.
also hasn't really figured um out which character he's gonna play, so I'm not sure what he's going to be bringing to the table. But I could definitely use some help, even though if I'm not like I like Scorpion, I've liked him in MKX. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick with him as a main, but I'm definitely gonna continue playing him because he's classic. He's always been there. He's good character, solid character.
So Nougat, just to know how in deep level your FGC knowledge is already, you're familiar with frames, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so your forward 3 is a very strong mid. Good startup frames. I think it's 9 frame startup
Yeah.
or 10 frame. It's a mid. It's forward moving, and the mix-up comes from you can do forward 3 on its own, which is -2,
Hmm?
which is in this game safe because the
Yeah.
fastest move 6 frames. So you can mix them by either doing forward 3 nothing, so you block after, forward 3 4, which can do a crushing blow if they try to hit you.
Okay.
Um, you can do forward 3 into 2, but the risk there is that you can't make forward 3 2 safe, so you have to hit confirm it. If you
So yeah, so I'm so sorry to interrupt you there. So actually, to sort of continue on that, so probably while Nougat has a chance to start up his new lobby, so he'll be going up against GGenie, who is apparently playing Cabal, and also lurking in the chat apparently. Hi, Genie. So you mentioned a crushing blow. So maybe there's some people watching who are a bit newer to Mortal Kombat 11. Crushing blow, is that a new mechanic this game?
Right, so crushing blow is a mechanic that allows you to do special combos based on like restrictions. You can only do them once per set,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to have completed certain restrictions or certain parameters before you can do one. For example, if you hit a down 2 while your opponent is whiffing a high, like you low profile the high with an uppercut, that will crushing blow, and you
And
will
like
launch them.
really properly destroy all of their teeth, right? Like they go
Yeah,
straight to the dentist from there on out.
yeah, for sure. And it's gonna be expensive, and it's not one visit.
Yeah, exactly right. So and as you said, it's a thing. So these crushing blows, you can only do them once per set. So to make that absolutely clear, that's once per game. So not like if you get one in round 1, you cannot get the same one in round 2 or round 3 anymore, right?
That's correct. So you need to. That's definitely something for the people new to Mortal Kombat 11. Go into the control setup and set crushing blows to not automatically activate. So there's an option in the control scheme where, by default, if you buy the game and start playing, crushing blows will trigger automatically when you meet the criteria that are required. However, that's not always what you want to do. So the option there in the controls menu is to make it manual. If you keep the button down of the move that would crushing blow, it will crushing blow if the requirement is met.
Oh, okay, that's actually that's good to know. So we see on stream here that Genie and Nougat are now getting into it. From what I hear, is I think Nougat has played a few more sets, but Genie is always, he's been slaving away at tutorials and so on. So what about this? What about this matchup though? Scorpion versus Cabal. How is it in this game?
So Cabal's pretty good. He can control the screen pretty well. Scorpion is good because of his teleport, but I believe in the current meta, Cabal can beat him in sense of speed. I haven't played any Cabal since the game launched, but in the beta I played a fair bit of him. Some of the things to watch out for: Cabal's Lethal Blow, which is a bit like the X-Ray, becomes available when you're at 30% HP. It is full screen, so wherever you are, if you whiff something at that point, you're dead, right? I mean, you take that 30%
Yeah,
damage.
exactly. And speaking of fatal blows, we just saw Nougat win the first round with one in quite a nice fashion. So that was a nice coincidence there. We see Nougat whiffing a throw sort of on Wake Up, and that is one thing because most of us were coming from like a Street Fighter V background. And that is definitely like the Oki. So the Wake Up game in Mortal Kombat, the pace of it is very different from Street Fighter. So I'm assuming we're going to see them sort of struggle with that a little bit at first, at least.
It's actually also for the Mortal Kombat X players, because in MK11 Wake Up is completely different.
Oh,
in
is it?
MKX, you could wake up with buttons, you could wake up with a special, and in some cases that was even armored. So in MK11, you have only you have 4 options. Delayed wake up, which is your stance button. Rolling left, which is stance button plus left for rolling right times button plus right. You need to do the, by the way, the rolls, very important. You need to do the rolls as your character goes and stand up. You can't press that while it's on the floor, it won't do anything. Then the other option is up 2 or up 3 for either a poke or a launcher. The poke is armored, the launcher isn't. So the poke is less risk if you expect them to do a meaty. The launcher is if you expect them to just stand there and take it.
All right, and in the meantime we see Genie taking the second round. I'm noticing quite a lot of jumping still. So yeah, I'm not sure if how good their anti-airs are at this point in the game, but we see quite a nice combo already from GGenie. This is the second time we've seen him pull that off, and like I've heard a lot of people say that the damage output in this game is a bit lower compared to the previous Mortal Kombat. Is that true, or?
No, those people were. Let's say it like this: if you play a demo version or a beta, it's never gonna be like the full game. People are new to the game. People are new to the mechanics. People are new to the characters.
Yeah.
I've seen characters mid-screen do 55% damage in this game, and we're the first week, right?
Okay.
So, there's definitely the whole thing with no combos and no damage. That's bullshit. That's people who thought very early on that they knew everything, and well, turns out they didn't.
Yeah, well, as is so often the case, right? Especially in week one of a game's launch. But yeah, you know what? I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. It's quite a close match, which of course should hopefully be the case with two people with previous experience joining a new game. And yeah, let's see if Nooget can take a game here.
I definitely think he can. So again, I think he needs to use his save strings like 2 1 2 plus 4, back 1 4 1, which is also minus. I think it's either -2 or -5, but both are safe, right? So back 1 4 1. The mix-up there is you can do back 1 3, back 1 sorry. Back 1 4 3, which is the safe option, and back 1 4 1 is the unsafe option, but it goes mid low low mid. So it's they need to know the mix to block it right.
Exactly. And again, we see, quite a few jump-ins from GGenie converting one of those into quite a bit of damage. Meanwhile, Nooget still trying to find his bearings, looking for the correct option to anti-air. And, oh, crushing blow from Cabal, and if I'm not mistaken, this is gonna kill, right?
I'm on a slight delay, so I don't have it yet, but
I guess we both are, because we're both just watching the Twitch VOD, but yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that killed. Yeah, by the way, looking at the stage they're playing at here, Mortal Kombat 11 stages, they're really quite gorgeous. This one being my absolute favorite, by the way.
Yeah, this is the Shirai Ryu temple, basically.
Oh, Shorty, what are you doing?
This is how they pronounce it in this game.
Yeah, it's also called wrong, but like I'll let you have that one.
So how should it be pronounced?
So it's the Shirai Ryu temple, I guess, but it's an American game. Like I'm just a weebo. What do I know, right? You're the master when it comes to Mortal Kombat. So Shirai Ryu, it is. You heard it here first, folks. Meanwhile, looking at Nooget, really trying to find a counteroffensive, and as you said, Nooget really focusing on the offense, like really going ham on all the attacks. But it seems like GGenie has maybe adjusted to the block button a little bit better than Nooget has so far. Again, we see him getting clipped there in the backwalk animation, and I guess that's something that's gonna take a while for a Street Fighter player to sort of adjust to. Like I myself, I'm having a really hard time getting used to it. But that was one of those crushing blows you mentioned.
Yeah, the full screen get over here spear. Yeah, it is actually really good to combo off of. but I feel like Nooget doesn't know any combo off of that yet, or doesn't know the timing yet.
But
Because
if you want to combo off of it, you have to sort of augment it with the R1
right,
button, and then
which
go straight into
right.
2, I guess.
No, you can, for example, you can do a standing 4, you can do a 1-1, you can do, there's forward 3, 4. There's a lot of options off of it. But I feel like either he doesn't know the stun of it yet, and he was too soon or too late to put it in, or
Hmm.
he didn't practice that yet.
All right. So, but I guess Nougat, we have you with us so far. So, how's that match for you? How was it?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I struggled a lot to. I feel like I'm falling into a pit of wanting to teleport a lot because it's fun.
Hmm. It is so fun.
And
Like, holy crap.
like if I know that's the thing I know a string it's 2-1 or wait is it 1-2? I think it's 2-1 teleport amplify forward 3 2-1-2 or 1-1-2. I don't
Okay,
1-1-2
I
I
know
think.
which one you mean. Um,
And I know some like variations of it, but I've been practicing them. I was trying to do that. But I don't know. For some reason I couldn't cancel the 2-1 if I tried to go for it. To a teleport.
All right. So yeah. It was like from where we were sitting. It was an entertaining match at least, and you took rounds. It was reasonably close at least.
Yes, yes, it was decently close. But I feel like Genie has picked up quickly on like I don't know how much time he actually put in playing Cabal,
Mhm.
but I feel like he picked up quite quickly on like some combos that you can do with the character because he told me first that he was playing like a lot of Cassie,
Mhm.
and then he said
That
like
that
he
makes
was
sense,
messing
right?
around.
GGenie's gonna go for the wife first. Like that's
Yes,
just how he
yes,
rolls.
definitely.
But yeah, that's another thing, right? Because he's so experienced in all these different fighting games. It's a lot easier for him to pick up a new one. And don't forget, you're speaking to Mister, Loot Bag himself. Got just fresh off of getting a third place in both Street Fighter V and Dragon Ball Fighters at yesterday's Button Rage tournament in Antwerp. So.
wow.
Um,
Yes, he did indeed.
yeah, he's on fire. And that Dragon Ball tournament, by the way, he practiced a cool 30 minutes in the last month or so.
Yes, yes.
So
Like I remember him saying afterwards, he felt pretty confident that if he would have put in a bit more time um, into it,
mhm.
that he would have definitely been able to take the tournament completely because he said like the players weren't bad, but I felt like I was on a higher level before I took such a long break from
Hmm.
playing Dragon Ball.
Which definitely makes sense, right?
Like I
So
yeah.
if we okay, sorry, go
No,
ahead.
I've seen him play DBFC when they were like really getting into it. At some point, like Saber and Genie were playing in a lot, and with Kutsi and everything. I think that was right before the shimmy we had with Dragon Ball Z featured in it. Then
Okay.
he was definitely practicing to get a good matchup on stream. Um, and yeah, I think if he was at that level at the tournament, he would have easily taken it.
Okay. Just a quick technical question. Have you figured out how to like host lobbies and invite other players so we can see more matches on stream?
Yes, it's not as easy as or it's not as stream hosting friendly as it is in Street Fighter, for example, because you cannot
Hmm.
invite someone by name. You have to invite them by Steam or like via Steam or Discord.
Uh-huh.
Or you have to create a room, but the room creating, I haven't really figured it out yet. I think it's just because I couldn't invite anyone when making that room. I felt like you had to just join by looking up the name and maybe putting in a password, but there was no real.
So I guess the way to do it in the past was King of the Hill room,
Yeah.
where anyone that's not playing would go onto AFK mode, and then you have the people that need to do the set play it out while the spectators
Okay.
are the commentators.
The problem is that our bracket is running multiple games at the same time, so if you want to get everyone in here, it doesn't really work. And if you only want to
No,
get a part of it
exactly.
in here, you'd still have to invite people afterwards. But yeah, you're right. You can invite people in the lobby in a King of the Hill game. So that's true.
That's how we used to do it. And I guess for the Kayzr tournament, it might be difficult if they're not all on the Discord, but otherwise, it's definitely something we could set up a couple of games based on the ladder and how it progresses.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The thing is, like, yeah, with my last opponent, I basically just looked him up on Steam, or I asked him in the chat if it was okay if I added it on Steam, because that was my go-to way for making a lobby. And that's how he did it, really. I just looked him up on Steam and added him,
All
and we
right.
were to get in a lobby.
So would
So
it be possible to get the players, if we look at the brackets, to get the QuicKFisH is sort of really quickly tearing to the bracket and is waiting in grand finals for the winner of the Jax mirror match between GioByte and Desano. So it would be pretty cool if we could get that one on stream. Not sure if you're able to get that one up in time.
I'm gonna quickly message Desano.
Of course, that's provided that Asano wins versus the other Jax player. Meanwhile, in losers bracket, we saw Snort, our resident Belgian Jade, make quick work of Saberwolf's Shao Kahn. Now, of course, Saberwolf, he's the lab monster. He's been labbing a lot of tech, finding out a lot of new tech, new ways for Shao Kahn to exert pressure. And according to him, because the PC version is one patch behind the PS4 version, on the
Right.
current patch, which is what we're playing on tonight, there's a huge problem because basically Shao Kahn doesn't have a lot of his launcher options available to him. So he feels like because of this patch problem, he's playing with a significant disadvantage. And it
Hmm.
kind of shows in the results as well, going on down 0-2 versus Snort's Jade.
And just as Wim is saying, Snort is saying, the Saber is playing Kano right now.
Oh, he is?
Yes, he is.
Oh.
He figured, like, he started labbing with Kano, and he just said a little bit ago that Kano is a much more powerful character in the current version game, in his
Okay,
eyes.
so that's honestly that surprises me a little bit. I always pegged Saber for playing like the characters that he likes the most, and in most games, like he usually checks out the big boys first.
Oh, Kano
But
is
yeah,
definitely also a big boy. Maybe not as big as Shao Kahn, but
it's kind of like a brawler, well
yes,
though.
yes, yes, yes. No,
I
he.
guess
I
the main
remember
thing is
him
the
saying,
patch, right? The frame data. If you're not used to what is in, or if it's not viable, I can see why you would switch.
Yeah, for sure.
But just quick for the people that don't know, NRS is working hard to get that patch out for the PC players, and they hope to have it out early this week.
yeah, I've
So
read that as well, that they were planning to get it early this week. I'm hoping tomorrow, because that would just be awesome. But
right.
I think, as far as I can tell from what they've been doing, they're not gonna, like, disappoint us. Like, if they say it's gonna be early next week, it's gonna be early next week. We won't have to wait a month.
No, for
Um,
sure. And like me, because I have to be honest, like especially in the past, like I've never been like the biggest NRS fanboy, but like I cannot put this game down, man. Like even though like I'm crying like a little bitch about there's a block button and it doesn't work. Like I keep coming back to it. So they're definitely like to me at least they're checking all the right boxes. They're good about communication. Like some of the things, like with the towers of time, there were some issues there. They're very transparent in their communication. So if they keep that up, it's definitely gonna work out for me. But
And
yeah,
keep in mind, this is the launch, right? So there's always going to be some bugs, some issues that they did not foresee. When they patch later on, they can plan for that. They can do more testing. Right now, it was really the big push to go public with all these
guys,
Kitty?
Desano,
Yo,
Wim,
Nooget.
jullie moeten tegen elkaar, hè?
Ja.
Je zijn nog niet in game?
Nee, nog niet.
Kom on stream. On stream play. On stream play.
Oké.
Ik invite jullie.
Oké.
Yo.
Ik ga het cancelen. Je kunt direct inviten ze.
fix some crashes.
So
that would be great. In 1 week, there's a lot of AA titles that take months.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Nugget, do we have any updates
yes.
on the
So
lobbies?
Desano lost against the Jax player that I met.
That'd be let's see.
So it means
that'd
that
be
Snort.
GioByte.
Yeah, exactly. So that means that I'm going to invite Snort and Desano to play on stream.
Okay, so this will be a losers round 2 match,
Yes.
lower bracket match,
Exactly.
between Sano and Snort. So I assume that will be the Jax versus Jade matchup.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
Maybe Wim is gonna play Frost. Like I don't know what he's been playing actually. Like we don't.
That is
really know.
right, because
Like he was really hyped about her.
He unlocked her like late last night, and he like immediately went into the lab, and he's very very pumped about the whole thing. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen, 2 wired connections, because that is how we roll. We don't do that Wi-Fi bullshit over here. And again, props to Mortal Kombat 11 for exposing all these Wi-Fi warriors. Like, enough is enough already. Please. So, Shorty, whether it be Jax versus Jade or Jax versus Frost, what are some of the things we need to watch out for in this match?
So Jade has something that allows her to go transparent for projectiles. It allows projectiles to traverse through her body.
Is that the purple thing, the shadow?
Yeah, the purple shadow. She can activate it. It's quite fast. So any character that is heavily dependent on projectiles would be at some sort of disadvantage.
In fact, and this includes, because I'm a Noob Saibot main, and like this includes some of the Noob Saibot clones as well, right?
It also includes Scorpion's Spear.
Oh,
but only the get over one, not the death spin.
okay. But yeah, so it looks like it is indeed going to be Jade versus Jax. Jax, he does have a projectile, right?
Jax normally has a. I'd have to check because I haven't played the Jax tournament variations yet. But he normally has a forward-moving projectile and a ground pound.
Yeah. So, does the ground pound also count as a projectile, though?
I don't think it does because I've seen them play this particular matchup, and I can't recall perfectly, but I'm pretty sure like Desano has definitely figured out how to do the ground pound, and I'm quite sure Wim definitely often activates the purple shroud for the projectile invincibility.
So Saber said that in the patch they're playing, it's an unblockable, the ground pound, but on consoles it's a low. So
Okay.
maybe the property is also different.
Yeah, and actually, both of the things you mentioned already coming into play here, immediately and often activating that projectile invulnerability. But Sano really chasing him, of course, tried to get in close. And it's the forward 2, right? The Jax sort of a mini dash straight.
I think you might mean the back forward 2, because that's like a duck and like a weave and punch kind of thing. I've seen Jax go forward and he like dodges high punch, and then he it's like a real boxer kind of thing. Like he dodges a high punch or something, or a high move, and then like he hits the opponent, and I feel like it's pretty powerful. But it's not a forward moving punch that you just saw. I think it's a different one.
Are we looking at the chart? By the way, I'm trying to open the stream somewhere else so I can see it in more real time. So there's definitely some other things. Jax has in general some decent frames, so I'm not sure if we've seen him poke out Jade close up, but if he gets up close, I would say Jax would win the poking game.
I've seen
the poking game, because like Jade has a lot of like projectiles as well, right? So.
And yeah, but once they're in, once Jax is in his face, Jax should be able to keep Jade in place more easily than Jade can get away or keep Jax in place.
I've seen that often happen very often. Like if Desano playing Jax and he cornered someone, was almost 100% dead for that person because they were stuck between a Jax and a wall.
It's also if you don't know how plus they are, it's gonna be very difficult, and it's the first week, so definitely people are still trying to figure out
Yeah, exactly.
like what is what, what's a high, what's a low, what's a mid. Do I need to block? Do I need to punch?
Yeah, and indeed, Saber, of course, coming in to sort of help translate between the sort of subcultures within the Belgian fighting game community. Of course, pokes, they sort of use differently in some games, and as Saber points out, in a Street Fighter context, this kind of means like long-range buttons, whereas apparently in Mortal Kombat, it's used for like more short-range jab kind of stuff.
So we use it mostly for crouching poke. Like poke is crouching jab.
Mhm.
What I'm trying to say.
So,
Exactly.
as
Oh.
maybe as in League of Legends, they say poke as in like quick damaging hits, like no strings, no combos, just a hit.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one hit, and if they are actually not blocked, they'll be plus, and they'll be able to decide on what to do next.
Okay, makes sense. And yeah, like you said, so San would definitely listening to your advice. He basically got in once, jumped clean over projectile, and then really finished the round from there. So this match has definitely not been decided yet. By the way, I have to I like this stage so much, man. The arcade cabinets in the background, they're so cool.
There's a cool Easter egg. If you're in the middle and you land it down to the Dan Fordringer, the toasty guy, he posts up.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So if they're in the middle and do an uppercut, you'll see it.
You know what? Like maybe that is something we have to think about for like future Mortal Kombat streams. Like we need to have the actual Toasty pop up for the stream, right? We gotta have it.
So one thing I see, he's getting caught by that. If I remember right, the first hit's a high. If she does two, second might be a mid, so you'd have to block after. But the first one, if you see her coming, just neutral ducking, would have her whiff, and then he can punish that.
Alright, and Sano farming those hearts, man. Going straight for the fatality, and with that, he ties it up. It's now one game apiece, and I'm really looking forward to this this third and final game. Gentlemen, what are your predictions? Who takes it in the end?
So if Desano plays it more patiently than he did the first round, definitely he takes it. That's what I think.
Okay, Nooget, what about you?
Yeah, I think if Desano can keep the pressure up like he just did, because that was a very quick 2-0 as far as I can tell, then he's gonna take it. Maybe not as fast again, because Wim is definitely gonna try and adapt. But yeah, Wim, Snort, he has to keep him at bay, really. And I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that.
So basically we're saying that we don't feel like Wim's zoning and keep away game is sort of flawless enough yet to keep Sano out. And that's why Sano is going to take it 2-1.
On top of that, I feel Jax is in a better spot for up-close battle, and he has some tools that allow him to get in on Jade.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not gonna say that Jade is I would say it's like a 6-4, but it's not even out of the week. Don't quote me on this, but I personally right now, the way we've seen the game, I think it's 6-4. So if he plays it patiently, he should be able to get Jade.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, like we don't have to be that careful about like you said, the game's a week old. Like you should say like I think it's 6-4. So at least that way people can disagree and we can talk about the you know the power matchups and stuff like that. So. Alright, you heard it here from the horse's mouth. Shorty, one of the best Belgian Mortal Kombat players, thinks this matchup is a 6-4. You can quote him on that.
Before the trash talk begins.
Oh,
And the
baby.
ground pound though, like I've seen him do it very often. Is it really an unblockable, even with the second hit?
It's here, yeah. It seems in the patch that they're playing, it is. What
Because
Saber informed me.
then it definitely is a 6-4. Honestly, like if you can't block it and you have to jump, You kind of like if he knows you're either gonna get hit or you have to jump, then you kind of give up pressure because you can't really do anything against it.
I guess we see Wim trying to preempt that by you know, jumping and like the air projectiles to sort of like the debated reaction to catch that. So I guess we're definitely gonna see more air projectiles here from Jade.
Yeah, I suppose the fact that Jade has those air projectiles really helps. Like at least he can poke from far away.
Ooh, he
While
went through her.
yeah, he went for the fatal blow. He blocked it. No, like, yeah, definitely, like, the air projectiles are helping because, like, not every character can do that. And what do they have to do? Just jump, empty jump?
Can we just mention, by the way, that the Jade in between round animation is the coolest thing I've seen ever.
She's, like, leaning on the pole, like, waiting.
Oh yeah,
Like,
holy crap.
are you getting up already?
Really many cool ones out there.
Yeah, there is. I personally like the personal interactions between some of the characters the best. Like some of them have like a vendetta against each other, and I really like that.
By the way, did you see that optimization from Snort? Like actually going for the side switch combo to keep Desano in the corner while dishing out an insane amount of damage. But then he did, just as I say that, he did the opposite and put himself back in the corner. So.
Sometimes it's sometimes you just have to do it, but it's difficult.
It's like, I don't know, man. Like,
Oh boy!
ooh, this is gonna hurt.
And the uppercut.
That was close though. That was a close set. I enjoyed that, boys.
I really did. Like Wim definitely was showing up in that last game. Like he said like, I'm not done yet. I'm gonna show you that I have a chance of taking this game. And he took a round, and the last one was still pretty close. There was some moments where I thought he was gonna keep Desano in the corner and kill him.
All right. So meanwhile, if we have a look at what happened in the upper bracket, it seems like QuicKFisH went up versus GioByte 2-1. Saber, since you're the only one who's played him so far, do you know what character QuicKFisH plays versus GioByte's Jax? Meanwhile, in lower bracket, GGenie fell to Howling Noob 2-0. And it seems like it will now be Desano going up to Howling Noob. So it'd be cool if maybe, hopefully, we can get that match on stream as well.
Yes, I'm gonna invite the Howling Noob. I have him on my friend list. I added the guys. I added them all on Steam. So just gonna invite him, and we're gonna use this lobby to spectate it.
Wonderful stuff, Nooget. And how about that, right? New games out, you're inviting all these new people. Whoever said that video games is like, does not allow you to make friends, go out there. While you're at it, tell those friends about the tournament we're having right here. So we'll post that yet again in these Twitch chats. Retweet that. Let your friends know that you're watching some primo Mortal Kombat 11 action right now. Yeah, and it seems like we actually have some of the players now also joining the Discord, so, you know, that's good. Meanwhile, we got confirmation from Saberwolf that the person who's waiting in Grand Finals, QuicKFisH, is a Garrus player. Shorty, do you have any experience with this character?
Garrus is one of the K11. He uses sand and time-based moves, and one of the main things to keep in mind is that he has crushing blows, which are practical. Crushing blows, we talked about earlier, are these mechanics which you have access to only once in a set or in
Nooget,
one match.
are you gonna invite the other dude?
He's already in the lobby.
Ah, okay.
So, because he has access to a lot of them, it is high damage potential. Garrus, right now, he has good frames, good damage potential. Both up close and at a distance, he has some cool tools depending on the variation. If he uses the one with the sand trap, definitely sand trap at the distance keeps you low blocking. He can also do a timed sort of pop-up projectile from the ground. He can do his grab. He can do like Garrus has great corner carry. He straight up. He picks up your character.
Yeah,
he starts running. And he
it's
throws you.
literal. It's literal corner carry, right? He just
That's,
carries you to the corner.
The back forward 2 is that what he does, right? It's a command grab which like literally just
Right.
walks you
But then
into
you
the
can
corner.
augment it for even more corner carry, though, right?
Yes.
You can augment it, and it looks amazing too. You have to
Yeah,
say,
yeah, absolutely.
looks ridiculous.
All right, so finally we got one of the OG Ninja boys in here. We have Jax versus Sub-Zero, and I'm not sure if it's me, but it appears like the stream is now quite severely lagging.
Yikes.
Nooget, is that can we confirm that or?
I wouldn't know why that would be true.
I still see it, but I'm still delayed, so. I
For
can't
me, the
check.
game isn't running slowly. My OBS isn't making any troubles about drop frames, so I don't.
No. So yeah, we apparently have confirmation from Saber Wolf. It's completely unwatchable at this point. It's really lagging a lot. So I don't know if something changed. Maybe just switch back to the Mortal Kombat window. Maybe you're like focused
Oh,
on.
I was not tapped out because then you wouldn't have sound.
That's unfortunate.
Can you guys try refreshing? Maybe there's something on which side that went wrong. Because on my end it's still smooth.
Okay, then let's try
It's
doing
still
that.
delayed, but it's still smooth.
Okay. Okay, so apparently, yeah, refreshing, that did the trick. And see, that is, you know, Shorty's the man with the experience here, right? Have you tried turning it off and on again? That's usually all it takes.
Yep.
It was just Twitch all along.
Yeah, exactly, right? And we saw Sano, like, almost, you know, taking it there. Just when I got scared for a point-blank comeback, Sano closes it out with a neutral jump.
The main thing there that I saw was the charge overhead. He can delay it for more damage into like a bit of a pop-up. Normally, he would be able to react if he knows the matchup, if he knows his options. But again, it's the first week. Obviously, he's not gonna know that, and he might not even know it's an overhead.
Okay. Oh, baby, we got Quackscopers in the stream. How you doing, my man? Welcome to the FGC Belgium stream. We just got the new game up and running here, Mortal Kombat 11, while we see Jax perform his fatal blow.
Oh, the overhead, but he got fatal blowed. Like he hit the armor and.
And important, the fatal blow leaves his arms, his charge, all ready to go. Right? As you see, he's nice and glowing.
Mm. So, how does that work? Like, what's the startup on a fatal blow? Like, does it count as a throw? Like, what kind of an attack is it?
A fatal blow is individual per character different. So
Okay.
in startup, how punishable it is, where it hits, so what property, if it's high, mid, low, if you need to be in the air, if it's full screen or up close. All of these things depend on your character.
Oh,
For
so
example,
it's not like.
it's not
No, universal? Oh, because
No.
that's what my like ID was. Like I thought
No.
all the
No,
fatal
no.
blows were basically the same thing.
It definitely is not, and it is also very important, and people will, once they get to know the game better, have this knowledge and use it. So for example, Aaron Black, very crazy fatal blow, full screen range. However, 10 frame startup, so it's very like 10 frames you can't react, right? If you let go of block, he presses that, you get hit. However, it's a high. So if you know it, you're full screen, you're neutral ducking, he does it, 12 seconds of his fatal blow is gone, right? Because he can't use it again instantly.
Oh yeah, and that's right. And this is something also that you know, that was quite an interesting mechanic to me, and maybe some of the people that are watching don't know this yet. So there's a difference if you crouch versus if you crouch block, right? So
That's correct.
if you crouch block, you will still sort of like get hit by the attack, take a little bit of chip damage, and be in block stun. Whereas you just crouch without blocking, you like the attack just completely whiffs, and you're free to start moving a lot earlier.
It's like a low profile, which there are more moves that can do it. I've not played enough yet to tell you which ones, but in the past, for example, down 4 is a popular option, which is also, you know, the character gets really low, and basically the attack goes over your head. So in case of this fatal blow, 10 frames, yeah, that's too risky. Just neutral blocking, neutral crouching is better than anything there. But
Exactly.
in general, the low profiling is definitely gonna be part of this game again. Like you'll be seeing people when projectiles start flying, use something that they have labbed that goes underneath.
Okay, so meanwhile we saw Sano actually like putting down quite a bit of damage, but yeah, Pointblank brought it all the way back. And one thing I've been noticed in this game, and this is usual, it's a new game, but again there's so much jumping in this match, and like I haven't really seen consistent anti-airs from either of these players.
Yeah, it's a new game. People need to get used to it, but the jump-ins to me feel very slow. They're not as strong as they were in MKX. There's still a place for them, but
They're
we're
very
gonna see less
floaty,
of them.
right? Yeah, they're
Yeah,
very
yeah.
floaty. So I guess like once people get used to them, it's pretty easy to anti-air them. I feel.
Exactly. That's the idea, to make them slower, to make them obvious, so people could do something against them.
Oh, and did we just see? Was that a confirm into the fatal blow? Like this is gonna hurt. It's not gonna kill quite yet, I believe, but it's like he's one guess away from death now.
He did a jump in.
Oh! And there we are.
So one thing that I don't know if we've seen it here is Sub-Zero can low profile high projectiles with his slide.
Mm.
I don't think we've seen it here. So in general, projectiles in this game mainly highs, amplified ones, second hit usually mid. So in that case, you could just slide in under. Well, even if it's a mid
Unfortunate.
saver, it depends. Just that, because that's the whole thing with the low profiling, right? So we'd have to actually look at the rocket and how low Sub-Zero goes.
Yeah, exactly. And as far as that last round was concerned, we actually saw Desano, adapting really well, getting his anti-airs much more on point. But unfortunately, he whiffed a grab. There's quite a large amount of time to punish that. Sub-Zero Pointblank didn't lose his opportunity here, and he clinched it out 2-0. So that means he will be moving on in lower brackets, and he'll be going up against GioByte, who, as we've seen earlier on stream, I believe he was the first match on stream. He plays Jax, so I assume we're going to be seeing a Sub-Zero versus Jax matchup here. So yeah, how do we feel about that, boys? Sub-Zero versus Jax?
Well, we just saw it, but I feel like as you can see, I think Desano, yeah, he had a match against GioByte, and GioByte took it 2-0, and they are both playing Jax, so that shows which Jax player is the better one for now.
Yes.
So I just got GioByte in the lobby, and I'm pretty sure they're ready to play. Next match on stream, GioByte versus Pointblank. Jax
All right.
versus Sub-Zero once again. So I'm really glad actually, like these are two new people. We haven't seen them before in our Discord server. We haven't really heard of them before on Kayzr with the other fighting games. I'm really glad there's some new faces coming along, and I hope they'll join us
Yeah, not
for some.
only that, but they're new faces and they're doing well.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
same
doing
thing
really
with the,
well.
The Dragon Ball tournament yesterday, right? Like we also had some new faces, and again, like doing really well. So this is good. Fighting games in Belgium definitely still on the up and up. Do we think Pointblank is warmed up enough in this Jax matchup to take this one as well? What are your predictions?
Looks like he is. Oh, the game is getting a bit laggy for me.
Yeah, so we can definitely see that lag now as well. Let's hope this
It's
works
just
out.
completely frozen.
Oh, baby. Yeah, so that does tend to happen.
I'm not
Oh.
sure what exactly happened. Maybe it
Somebody-
wasn't my problem.
No, I think somebody disconnected there.
Yeah, okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna see.
Might be somebody else that crashed and that crashed the lobby or something like that.
We're still in the lobby. Yeah, the game definitely crashed, but yeah, I invited Pointblank. It looks like he's still side of the game as far as I can tell, unless Steam isn't really.
Yeah, because GioByte's still there, so it definitely must have been Pointblank who had a connection issue there. I assume because we were early enough in the round, and also he was the player that was winning. I assume we just remake this.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I wouldn't make a problem out of it. Maybe his opponent does, but I feel like
No.
I
Yeah,
feel like we don't
honestly.
need to be toxic like that in the very first MK tournament. No,
No,
we'll,
like the second tournament will be toxic as fuck, mind
yeah,
you. But
yeah, hell yeah.
today, no, we're
Not
fine.
today.
It's always up to the person, I guess. If something
Yes,
like this
definitely.
happens, if they're not feeling confident, they might ask for a DQ. But it's the first week. I don't think it should happen. But
Honestly, I feel like we should all be gentlemen, and unless this happens in a very bad situation, like in a bad manner situation, where you can tell someone's abusing the fact that they can DC in between brackets, sure, but this was literally the start of the first round, first game, so
Yeah,
I don't think that
like,
was.
I can't think of a single situation if I'm playing a tournament game, if like there's an issue that I would not accept like the remake. Like I think I'd never ask for a
I mean,
DQ.
it's difficult. If you're
Here's
close
the
to
money on top.
winning and somebody presses the PlayStation button,
Yeah, it's a difficult one. Now, okay, I take it back. There's one situation. If I'm ever playing Speedy's Dalsim, like I will take the DQ any day of the week. Speedy, you heard it here first, boy. Love you, love to hate you. Be well, my man. But yeah, apart from that, like no, we're gentlemen right here. That's what we do. So, do you have any updates? So apparently, Point Blank, he DQ'd and he's rebooting the game, or
I maybe like he's talking in the Twitch chat. He just checked. He just told us that GioByte is not checked in on Kayzr. I will message him on Steam. To notify him.
oh,
I checked. He just said that he's checked in now. Maybe that's why he canceled the game so that that gets resolved as quickly as possible.
wow, what sportsmanship!
That's
He's
real
winning the
sportsmanship.
round, cancels the game to let his opponent know, "Hey man, you're not checked in." Like that is more than gentlemanlike behavior. So Point Blank is now already in the Discord. If somebody could shoot him some rep points, that the man earned it for sure, for sure. So yeah, but of course, as is always the case with Mortal Kombat games, fatalities, they're a huge part of the game. They're a huge part of the appeal of the game. We haven't really touched upon them tonight. We also haven't seen too many of them. We saw a few of them, like the Jax fatality a few times from Desano. But what's your favorite fatality so far?
for me personally, it's Scorpion's second one where he splits you in half with the spear and turns it into fire like that, and he like teleports through the ground. He comes out behind you, pulls the spear, and your body just goes flying in two pieces. That
Mm.
I mean, that's
So
art.
that's not the one where he sort of like lashes out with the chain and you sort of like get split into two, or
No, that's the one. Yeah, yeah,
that's the one. Okay.
yeah.
So apparently we are still having submissions, and now it's GioByte that is going for a bit of a stroll during the game. Oh yeah, 150. That is pretty high ping, especially for two people that should be from the same country. So I don't know what's going on here, but
me neither.
that is.
At the moment, I have no clue what's going on. Um,
Obviously, I guess this is to be expected, especially for a PC game in week one. As you know, the game progresses, so will the lounge and battle lobby stability. But yeah, so fatalities. Nooget, what is your favorite fatality so far?
Mine must be Cabal, where he drags the opponent. Like I think it's his main fatality, as far as
Oh,
I can tell. He drags you across the ground. Your face starts like tearing off by grinding against the gravel on the floor, and then he teleports to the other side so that the body flies in his direction and splits them in half. And yeah, I think that's amazing. I love it.
that is actually pretty good. Ooh, meanwhile, we see a Point Blank's ping going up to 250 milliseconds, and that is actually pretty bad. Um, but yeah, speaking of fatalities, my favorite one for sure, the Johnny Cage one, where he just gets rid of the lower half of the body, picks
And
up the
yeah,
upper half of the body, and then uses his opponent's torso as a hand puppet. Hand puppet, ladies and gentlemen, that is sick. That's absolutely sick. Like I'm going to say it. I lolled a little bit when I saw that one, and I used that as a verb.
It's he also has a few different lines. Some of them are like more how do you say it? More like friendly, as in with the characters that he's friends with in the story. And some of them are less, like they're more mocking, I think. I haven't really seen all of them, and I don't know how much variation there is, but I've seen that, like with his wife and with his daughter and everything, they're different than with the other characters, like with Scorpion. Or,
If you do that, by
there's-
the way, try pressing a directional button, because we have found out that, for example, Sub-Zero, when you do a brutality or like if you do something at the end, and he makes that like of ice clone of himself, right? The statue.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on which input you press, he makes a different statue. So
Sick.
that's
So what
cool.
statues have we found so far?
no, it's all him. It's just different poses.
different
like
poses. Oh, okay.
But it looks pretty cool. So that's definitely something NRS does. They put these nice little details. They turn them into. I mean, it's something so small, like you wouldn't even notice it. I wouldn't know if nobody told me,
Yeah,
because I
same.
haven't
Like
played Sub-Zero yet. So
All right,
You
and
just told us,
seems like
basically.
we're finally back into it here.
we're going in. Jackson Sub-Zero.
Exactly, and immediately seeing yeah, you know, honestly, I think the damage from like just the normal strings, like not even the special moves, it feels quite high in the game. It definitely feels like you can take less of them than compared to, for instance, Street Fighter or.
Jack's already going for the fatal blow here. It's definitely not gonna kill, but it will put him in a life lead. Do note that the fatal blow is only available once per game, so if you use it, you cannot do it again in the next round.
So yeah, how do we feel about that? Do we feel like he jumped the gun here, Shorty? What's your opinion on the meter management?
So it's difficult because sometimes you feel like you're gonna be able to make it, and you press it, and then in the end you waste it. In this game, more than any MK before, if you use it round one, it connects, and you lose that round, it's gone, it's lost, it's a waste, right?
So yeah, that's exactly what just happened here, right?
Yes,
We just saw that
exactly.
happen. So,
But the bonus thing for him is that Sub-Zero used his own fatal blow to get the kill on him. So now it's not like he has a real advantage, just the round. It's not like he can. Sub-Zero doesn't have his fatal blow anymore.
The only advantage I would have give Jax here,
there is
the
the-
reason he had his fatal blow is his pumped up state, his buff of the arms. That's definitely something, if the round's still going, that helps you out.
oh, and I think our man Pointblank is listening to the stream.
Yeah,
'cause he
definitely.
showed the people what is
Wow,
up with the
wow.
brutality. Pointblank, dude, you're doing well. Can we give this man some respect? Hell yeah! All right,
Nice one.
that's what's up. So yeah, honestly, that was a bit of a wash. I feel like Sano actually played a cleaner game so far.
Yeah.
As far as Jax was concerned. But you know, maybe he's warming up. Oh, we see switch to
Baraka. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Yeah, no, dentist's worst nightmare. But you know what? I kind of like him. Especially since playing through a story mode, he's not like the super evil person I imagined him to be. So,
He's
hashtag
just
no
your
spoilers.
everyday Tarkatan warlord.
Yeah, exactly. But you know who is dealing with lots of prejudice? You know, he's just trying to find a way for his people. So you know, I'm not opposed to that. Oh, see, that is the thing. Many of the projectiles, they have very long startups. Even if it's point blank, you can definitely still challenge them here. And we see GioByte doing just that.
One thing to note is that Baraka has been a bit downplayed since the beta because of the tournament variations, not having access to both of the very good specials at the same time.
That he used to have in the other games as well, or what exactly? Like,
It's in general. I
Oh,
think he
yeah,
also
yeah.
has one more combo string that he didn't have, but even then he was really good on the beta. Another thing they changed is how the crushing blows work. If you start something on a punish and you have several crushing blows which require a punish, only the first one will actually be a crushing blow. This was not the case in the beta where you could do several and you could stack that damage. But still, he has his forward. I think his forward 3 is really good. Or no, it's forward 4. Sorry, it is really good. It can anti-air. It moves forward a lot. It can catch people, and you can combo off of it. It has a crushing blow.
Speaking of which, like,
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yep.
can we see him close it out here? Oh, he's going for the chip out. That's smart.
And he
So
got
chip
it.
can actually kill here.
I think he didn't block. I think he just like.
So the thing is, they have a new thing. If you block and it's the end of the round, you have 2 hits that don't kill as long as you have the defensive meter. If you
But
don't
once
have
you-
defensive meter, it kills anyway.
Oh,
So,
so chip
it was-
will work.
So chip damage. So there's a couple of things you can do. First off, you can flawless block. If you flawless block, you get less. If you are near dead and you have 2 defensive bars and you just block, like just press block, nothing special, you have 2 hits that will get negated. Like they're gone, right? If you do not have defensive bar, you just die. I mean, you get chipped for real.
Oh yeah, and especially here, GioByte letting him know, not even bothering with a fatality, just a clean projectile from across the screen. Hey, remember the time when I chipped you out in round 2? Yeah, bitch. So
Wow, savage. No,
Oh,
I'm liking the
baby.
Baraka. Really, he showed up big time. He switched.
yeah, for
and-
sure. And tying it up now, right? So
Yes,
it's
yes.
1-1, and let's see, does Pointblank pull out another character as well?
He's hovering. No, he's going back to the Sub-Zero. He was hovering Jackie for a second. Oh, he's still hovering. Raiden. Yeah, he's going for the Raiden.
Oh, so how does that, like, once you get locked in a lobby, like, can you go back?
You go back to the character select every time because it's a King of the Hill lobby, so...
No, but I mean, like, once you input, like, I'm gonna play this character, like, can the other person then counterpick you, and, like, you have to play the character that you picked, or?
I think...
Generally, that's not a rule. So you can go back as long as the game hasn't started.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
Okay, so... Yeah, you can, because you have to, like, choose a variation like you do in Street Fighter, but... In Street Fighter, you can't really go back at that point anymore. You've already locked the character.
Indeed.
Um,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Here they could do it as a sort of taunt. Be like, okay, I'll play my second ult that I picked up 2 days ago. They could cover that and then, you know, see if the other guy picks something else.
One other feature that we saw here showcased a bit earlier in the round was the environmental attacks.
Right.
Definitely very, very nice addition to any fighting game.
The way those work is you need defensive meter to just start it. Starting it already takes the bar, even if you don't actually hit it, right? So if you whiff that, or if they poke you out of it, your bar's still gone. You can, however, use interactables. In general, there's 2 ways to get armor. One is fast startup frames of your fatal blow. Second is you amplify an interactable.
Sorry to sort of interrupt your train of thought there, but did we see a Baraka anti-air jab? Like, I'm getting a bit of a
It's
PTSD
definitely
here.
possible, I think, but I don't think it's as consistent as down 2.
It's definitely possible, and every character will have different buttons that are their best buttons to anti-air. So
Oh, baby, let's go. Last game, last round. That is how you make some hype. Can we see some POC champs in chat, please?
Chad has been kind of dead recently. Oh, there we go! And the 2
Oh,
casters!
Oh, we're cooking the books, boys. We're so cooking the books.
Worse than
Everyone's-
viewbotting.
everybody is doing the POC champs.
Oh, look, it's the one person I would take the DQ against.
It's the one person I wouldn't have expected in chat.
Yeah, so Speedy is he's an open-minded person. Oh, yeah, so we see here GioByte spending the fatal blow early, and I guess at this point, it's smart, because you've got a big life deficit. There's not another round you need to save it for, so, might
Oh
as well do it
boy,
here.
the fly. It's over.
Oh, but the
And
damage
not
on
even
that augmented
the
one.
fatality.
letting him know. So you're not gonna fatality me? Alright. How about this knuckle sandwich? Nom, 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 nom.
Okay, okay.
So, yeah.
That means Pointblank is moving.
And you know, it's good. I guess it's good for the tournament. So GioByte taking 3rd place in the first ever PC Kayzr Mortal Kombat 11 tournament. So definitely well played
Yes,
to
yes,
him.
definitely.
I really enjoyed his Baraka, even though he ended up falling. I really enjoyed seeing a Baraka on stream. And so grand finals will now be taking place between QuicKFisH's, we assume still Garrus, and Pointblank's either Sub-Zero or Raiden. Playing
One thing about the Raiden match that we saw, I feel like the Raiden might have gotten away with too much than he should have.
The
because of the
gameplay
matchup
was a
knowledge.
little bit gimmicky. I can tell. Like, I could have told. I noticed. That's what I'm trying to say.
So there's several things. You might have seen the diagonal lightning strike at a really big distance. So that
yeah.
hits the full screen where you see the lightning. If you do a jump in, you get hit and you get knocked back. However, if you block that, it's very minus. And your character might be able to do projectile or some charge or something to get in there, but you need very specific matchup knowledge already to first know that you can block that and be in a good position, and second off, know what your options are. So that's definitely something he might be checking later on. Same thing
Alright.
with the or they don't do the gibberish anymore, but the
What the hell was that?
you don't know the gibberish. Come on.
Wow. Shorty, I mean, I don't.
You never played Mortal Kombat. Come on.
Well, I have,
Oh
but.
my goodness. No, I assure you, this man actually knows what he's talking about. He's holy crap. So, what move was that again, please, Shorty?
When he does his Superman.
Okay, yeah, that makes total sense.
So,
oh man,
another character for Pointblank. It's
Uh-oh.
a Kung Lao.
However, Garrus, I would say, is at an advantage because Kung Lao is a bit more risky play. If the Garrus player knows the matchup, Garrus hits hard. Like he doesn't mess around.
wait. So by the way, can I just say, like, Garrus, was he like rocking the Infinity Gauntlet at the start of the round? The hell is that?
Yeah, that's his fist.
Yeah, he has like a metal fist, but it kind of like you can make it look like a boulder and everything, basically, depending on
Yeah,
what
it's
items
his
you have.
weapon.
It's just a random weapon. It looks like the Infinity Gauntlet, but it definitely isn't.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe this is Thanos on these off days, but you know.
Yes, if Thanos wasn't purple but black and he controls time.
Basically.
Holy crap! So yeah, we see well, 50 Shades of
Oh my
Dwight
God.
is called in game.
So these are these crushing blows, by the way. Did you see the damage?
Yeah, I think everybody saw the damage. Like
Christ.
my ribs still hurt. Holy crap!
I'm not sure if Pointblank saw it. It was pretty fast.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it seems like in week one, like there's always going to be sort of a skill difference between the people that have, had time to lab it the entire week, and it seems like for now, 50 Shades of Dwight is really a bit on a higher level than the other players so far.
Oh my
Also,
God.
Pointblank is switching characters a lot, so I'm not sure if that's.
Oh God! No,
This
no,
might
oh.
be my new favorite fatality, man. He just peeled the front of his body off. What the fuck?
I did. Can we please not do that? Like, I've got classes in 11 hours. I need to sleep. Like, this is not okay.
Holy shit, man.
As Sano pointed out, damn, that's nasty. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, we can definitely give him some respect for that. So we're.
Just a regular day in MK universe.
Oh, holy damn, son. But yeah, so I guess we are going to see Pointblank return to the character select screen, probably moving back to his Sub-Zero, and let's see if he can. Let's see if he can get this Sandman in the freezer. Pull out your best Mr. Freeze puns right now, gentlemen.
So
Um,
I definitely feel like, especially this early in the game, you need to stick to something a bit more, right? If you switch too much, there's gonna be matchup knowledge you miss for the different characters because you haven't done it for all of them, right? You haven't checked all your options.
I assume it's not as much as, you know, for you. You're just trying to catch the opponent off guard, right? Because I guess point blank he also admitted that his rating is really not like up to snuff. So I guess it's more like messing with the opponent than giving yourself more tools. But yeah, for sure. Like I always definitely feel it's better to stick with one character.
goes straight into the slide at the beginning of the round and then gets good little
You know,
damage.
gotta watch the toes, man.
That's a low, right? And it's really quick. Like
The slide is a low, you can block and punish. However, the slide is also a really good tool for Sub-Zero because he's able to EX that into Crushing Blow.
But yeah, I guess we can already see quite a difference in the conversions. Like, I think 50 Shades of Dwight did the same amount of damage in one hit, or like in one combo. And it took Sub-Zero like 2.5 slides to get. So
Well, the main thing is that is Garrus versus Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero gets his damage from the crushing blows a bit later. I saw Pointblank already get one. Sorry, 50 Shades of White get one real early.
oh,
Again,
there you go, the
he
crushing
does
blow.
have-
oh yeah, baby, give me some damage. Whips, but baits the reaction and then crushing blows the reaction. That's nice. I like that. I guess we're up to one more mix-up into a round. So let's see if Point Blank can take a round here. Please take a round. Please take a round.
Does have Gyros on very low HP, and he just hit an uppercut on his face and takes the round. So it's 1-1. Sub-Zero isn't out yet.
I've been waiting for that because, gentlemen, what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! Alright, carry on, please.
You've been reading that link you sent. You've been reading too much.
I have for sure. I have for sure.
There's something I want to mention. That's the thing we said earlier about the controls and the activation of the crushing blows. The crushing blow uppercut there at the end of the second round, I think that was either a mistake or he doesn't have it enabled that he can choose when it happens.
You feel like it's a waste of a crushing blow?
Yeah, it would have killed without the crushing blow. Like the uppercut does a lot of damage by itself, as far as I.
And even if he didn't, he would chip him out.
The game just shows. Again.
Oh, I saw that. Maybe we have like a rage quit, but that will be premature at this point because, if I'm not mistaken, Grand Finals is first to 3, right?
Yes,
at
it is
least?
first to 3.
With then the possible.
I think everyone DC'd out of the lobby because I'm the only one in here.
Okay, but the game was over, right? So we're now at 2-0 for 50 Shades of Dwight.
Oh, that's the wrong. Yes, exactly. My game
So
bird.
we've got we have potentially 50 Shades of Dwight almost on a tournament game here, whereas Point Blank now has to win 6 straight games if he wants to bring it all the way back through the reset as well. But yeah, let's. He took a round last game. Let's see if he can take 2 this time round. Personally, I still feel like it's gonna be 50 Shades of Dwight going for the clean sweep. Come get your brooms.
It's definitely a case of, so Garrus is a very strong character, good damage, good crushing blows, very accessible crushing blows. So his damage is very upfront, like it's there. There's not a lot of complexity to get the damage out.
Mm-hmm.
While some
Oh.
of the other characters, they have more layers to them that need to be explored, more
Oh,
setup
okay.
that need to be explored to get that damage.
So you're saying that Garrus is sort of like a weak one, Unga Bunga Gorilla Hulk Smash kind of character.
He is definitely right now. He's definitely more explored because he's more straightforward. Definitely, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
So I accidentally invited Desano. He's back out because that was an accident.
Well, Sano, we would never call you an accident, but you know, the invite at least.
The invite was an accident.
We would never call you an accident. Your parents, I do not judge.
Right. So moving on. Oh, whoa! Ah, finally! Oh no! Don't do me like that. 50. Come on,
You were
man.
hoping for the Noob Cybot showcase,
Of course, I
but
was hoping for the Noob Cybot, man. Like, what do you
mm,
expect? But yeah, I guess we're gonna see yet another gorilla. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It's whatever. You can cast this without me, right? I'm out. Peace.
whoa, whoa, whoa! You are not allowed to leave.
Oh, he left us, man.
Still?
He's back.
Bag.
Nah, I'd never do you guys like that. Let's go, boys.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would be so much more fun to commentate if I saw what's happening.
Like
I'm
real
yeah,
time. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Like the play-by-play, we can't really do
Oh,
that right
he
now.
had the amplify time freeze thingy, so you can just like uppercut your opponent twice while he's just hanging there in the sky. I absolutely love that. It's so brutal. It's like you're just hanging there, and I'm just gonna uppercut you twice, and you can't do shit about it.
And like the spacing as well. Like he's kind of uppercutting you straight in the nutsack, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's not really an uppercut anymore. It's just like it's like punching you in. Well, it depends because you get frozen in the air as you are in that moment. So depending on how quickly he does it or whatever, you're floating in the air in a different way. So it's not necessarily in the nuts. It might be in the foot, you know, like.
There's definitely something I want to comment on, and that's round one. Pointblank did a very late breakaway. There was already something like 30+% on the screen, and at that point he did a breakaway, which is, I would say, it's way too late in the combo.
There we go again. Double uppercut into the feet. And Sub-Zero, he did try to escape that as well. Like, why
Yeah,
does
and
he
I-
break away there when he's up there?
Yeah, especially because the breakaway put himself back in the corner, and I guess that's what's gonna seal this round for him.
Oh, but
Is,
I
uh,
suppose like he just didn't break away. I don't know if he didn't have a defense bar left, but
No, he did. He did.
Looked
So
like
I was
Garrus.
checking. He had his bars, but he waited way too late. He should, as soon as he goes flying, as soon as you're in an air juggle state, if you want to break, that's when to do it. When you're at like 5 or 10% damage. When you do it at like 30 plus, it's too late. You better just use it the next combo then.
Oh, and I think I have an idea what's going on here at the end of these games. You know, NRS players, they're a bit special breed
no,
in
no, no,
like
no,
the
no, no, no.
FGC.
I'm gonna cut you off right there. It's the Garrus player is sending me a screenshot of that his game is just like disconnecting.
And
So it's apparently it's him. I don't know. I don't know if it's so. I'm thinking it's 3-0 technically right now because it both ended on the fatality moment.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. It's
So
3-0.
Mr. Garrus, 50 Shades of Dwayne, he takes the tournament. He's a winner.
All right. Congratulations. So that means we have our top three in third place, which we mentioned already. We have GioByte playing the Jax. In second place, we have Howling Noob or Pointblank playing Sub-Zero and Raiden and a plethora of other characters. Congratulations on your silver medal. But taking home the crown and the gold in the very first tournament will be 50 Shades of Dweird, or Dwight or Dwayne or whatever. Congratulations on your win,
Dwight. It
man.
was Dwight. I said Dwayne. My
Okay.
bad.
So yeah, I guess that sort of wraps it up for the very first Mortal Kombat 11 tournament. Shorty, what are some of your impressions so far?
There's definitely a lot of people that are interested in the game in our scene. I'm happy. Welcome everyone to the stream, by the way. FGC Belgium does more than just Mortal Kombat. Follow us on Twitter, come to the Discord. But what I saw today, the gameplay, people still have a lot to learn, which is great, right? It's the first week. It's good to see that there's depth. There's things that people can advance in, both in offensive play, defensive play, when to use things, how to use things. I didn't see a lot of, for example, wake up rolls. I didn't see a lot of wake up delays or actually up three or up four, up two or up threes. Didn't see a lot of flawless blocking yet. All these mechanics, they add more depth, and as people master their basics of the character, you'll see more of these things come into play too. So very interested to see where this goes. I'm very interested to see how far the people in our community will take it. Um, but I see there's a lot of potential. So
All right, good. All right, thank you very much. By the way, thank you so much for showing up and casting the tournament with us. Nooget, what about you? How was the first tournament for you?
Well, quick 2-0.
Mhm.
That's basically the summary. Summary. I don't know. I think I definitely need to practice more. I basically just finished the story mode, and then I've been trying to play a little bit of the other characters, look what I like and stuff like that. I learned a little bit of combos, but I'm definitely very unfamiliar with the game as of now. I'm still struggling with the block button, as I'm very used to Street Fighter's blocking system, and
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't really gotten the feeling down yet, and I need to like kind of yeah, I need to continue playing. I definitely enjoy the game. I hope a lot of people will continue to grow into the scene.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next tournaments of MK11.
Yeah,
We've got
exactly.
some new
And I'm
faces
actually
already. So
Yeah,
great.
indeed. And speaking of these new faces, I've got the Discord open on the other screen, and I'm really happy to see that both Pointblank and QuicKFisH are already sort of conversing out in the Mortal Kombat channel. So I hope that we can attract some more players, especially like the people who are obviously already maybe a bit more well versed in the game, so that we can all learn and grow together. As always, Shorty already pointed it out, but if you haven't already, follow us on Facebook. Join the Discord. That's where we're the most active. That's where all the conversation is. And yeah, this is something new that we've been doing for about a week or two now. We have a brand new podcast, which is currently mainly about pro play in Street Fighter V. So we have a look at like all of the tournaments going on. It's hosted by Lucas Dimania and myself. And so that's definitely something we'd like you to check you out. We'll have a link in the Twitch chat down below. And next week we're sort of hoping to expand it a little bit to maybe sort of more like a broader FGC, so like sort of take the focus a bit away a little bit from like pro play in Street Fighter 5 and maybe look at some of the other things like why the hell is there still no season 4 news? What are some of the things that we can learn from the wonderful MK11 launch and stuff like that? So yeah, I guess that sort of wraps it up for me. So, gentlemen, if that's okay with you, I bid you a good night.
have a
yes,
great evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. See you
All
soon.
right. See you guys next time. Have a good one.
have a good one.
Those guys are swinging for the fence. Holy crap!
Oh, that was a very optimistic.
Yeah, that's.
That was. He's got another DP character.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of DPs, but I think.
All right. And it's already surprising with a costume I've never seen wear.
That was unfortunate. Should have been able to easily finish that a command jump.
Oh my god! What?
What? What was that? Did you miss something?
Oh, okay.